Welcome aboard, I'm JasonOfArgo, and welcome to a brand new kind of voyage. I finally got something historical on this channel for you guys. It's a battle replay from Napoleon Total War, an extremely fun game that you all should be playing right now if you haven't gotten it yet. It's very cheap. It's basically a better version of Empire Total War, which came out earlier, but that's not what we're talking about. I am going to show you guys my prowess at historical war games. I love history. I should have been doing this from the very start. I love adventure, but my first love has always been history, especially anything before like World War One. Excuse me, World War One. Not War. The Napoleonic Era is a very, very fascinating time in Europe. It was a time of great change, of great social upheaval. It was the time when armies were finally starting to become truly modern and just gigantic. And this is hopefully the first of many of these kinds of videos that I will show you guys. I know that, you know, the historical aspect of Total War is kind of bleeding out, but hopefully it maintains itself long enough that I can churn a few of these out for you. I am playing as the Swedes in this game. Sweden has always been a favorite country of mine. I've always liked Sweden. I've always liked the Scandinavians. My friend on the other side of the field, Zeta, is commanding the Prussians. Let's get a good look at our dispositions here. As some of you may already be aware, the Prussians were ferociously well known for their prowess at, well, the art of warfare in general. They were very good shooters, they were very disciplined, they marched very quickly. They were basically a force to be feared wherever they went. And there's a reason that they fought against Napoleon and Napoleon lost. In fact, this is the map of Waterloo. You can see over here, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be La Sainte-Haze, the famous place where the King's German Legion made their stand for most of the battle until they were destroyed when they ran out of ammunition and Napoleon's forces were able to overwhelm them. They were only destroyed when they ran out of ammunition. That shows you how fearsome they are. Or maybe this is La Sainte-Haze, or one of them is. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So he's brought several units of musketeers, which are the basic Prussian line infantry, as well as foot guards, which are proficient not just in shooting, but in fighting in melee. And he has also brought several units of fusiliers, which are their skirmishers. Let's see, he's got 2 units of fusiliers. He's got one more group of skirmishers somewhere around here, the Silesian Schutzen, depending on what dialect of German you're using. I can't find them. I guess they are so well hidden that they must have that ability where they can hide when they're standing still wherever they are. Anyway, we both agreed to only bring 2 units of 6-pounder horse artillery here. But the interesting thing is that he chose to take command with Count von Gneisenau, or Gneisenau, or I don't know, maybe it's Gneisenau. You know how these old names are. Count von Gneisenau was a very interesting figure. He fought in the War of Liberation and/or the War of the Sixth Coalition, which is when Napoleon was defeated the first time. Waterloo was actually when he was completely defeated the second time. The War of Liberation was when his empire was dismantled by a vast coalition of Sweden, Prussia, Russia, Austria, and several others, and he was forced to abdicate the throne. Gneisenau also fought under General von Blücher, who also went on to play a pivotal role in the Napoleonic Wars. As you know, when he went on to fight in Waterloo, it was his Prussians that saved the day and helped carry the day. Also, Gneisenau took personal command of the Prussian army at the Battle of Ligny, which was a massive battle fought in the War of the Sixth Coalition, when the previous field marshal was wounded grievously. And I forgot. He's also brought several units of cavalry. He's got some hussars, which are a light skirmishing force, as well as cuirassiers, which are a sort of a medium melee cavalry. Not very good at one thing or the other. They're just sort of your basic melee cavalry unit. Pretty good when you're on a budget, but there are better cavalry units to bring. As for me, I command, as I said, the Swedes. I do not have a special general. I just chose a generic general staff because I knew fighting the Prussians I would not be able to outshoot them, and so I tried to overwhelm them with sheer numbers. I have many units of cheap line infantry here, but mixed in are a couple of units of the Life Guards of Foot. Now, the Life Guards of Foot are a fascinating unit. They are one of the best units that Sweden has in this game, and they are also one of the oldest existing regiments to ever serve. Like, they were founded in 1521, I believe, when the Swedish province of Dalarna chose 16 men to guard King Gustav I, or would-be King Gustav I, who led the War of Swedish Liberation against the Danish-led Kalmar Union, which had been dominating all of Scandinavia up until that point in time. Gustav I would go on to be basically the founder of a modern Sweden. And as you can see, these guys are very important because they have really big hats with really big tassels and feathers. The bigger your hat is in this era, the more important you are. As you can see, the poor line infantry, all they have is a little cap with a rinky-dink little feather. And also I have Jaegers with me. The Jaegers have bigger feathers. And as you can see, they are, well, sort of the beginnings of early modern camouflage with the green to help them blend in with the environment. I don't know if that's exactly why they chose the green uniform, but it's entirely likely. I also have Life Guards of Horse. Yes, back in the day, the Life Guards were a mixed regiment of cavalry and infantry. As you can see, their hats, rather, not horses, their hats are the biggest and the best. They have the biggest feathers, the biggest tassels, the biggest everything. They are the most important horse unit in Sweden. And they can definitely hold their own no matter what's going on. Okay, so let's get this battle started. Now, the terrain in this battle is all important. As you can see, there's a hill over here and sort of a depression over here, enabling units to sort of take cover. Neither of us have a line of sight on each other so far, and we're going to have to change that. That's why our men are moving up. Zeta's bringing up his horse artillery to set up on these little hillocks here. But all the way over here, I have already set up my cannons, and the moment a Prussian shows the whites of his eyes, they're gonna meet the full force of the Swedish artillery. All 4 6-pounder guns of it. But this I am actually using several sound packs, several mods to try to increase the immersion and the general feel of the battle. You guys will be able to see it soon enough. You can hear the men sort of muttering in the background. Man, do you think we'll actually be able to do this? I mean, the Prussians are so fearsome, man. How are we going to take them on? Boom. Haha. As you can see, the smoke is a lot more voluminous with these mods installed. I love that. Smoke actually played a very important part in a lot of Napoleonic era battles. In fact, sometimes it got so thick that entire armies would lose sight of each other, and they would sort of lose cohesion, and they just wouldn't be able to do anything. Now, I am shooting at his artillery. However, it's just too far away. But he notices me shooting at him, so he gets his men, hustling. Double up, men! Achtung, Achtung! What's the German word for faster? Not verloren. Verlassen? No, that's to let go, I think. Anyway, Goen siegen fasteren. Woohoo! That was a close hit. As you can see, their morale is already taking hit from the little bar up here. Now, I know that I have to use the terrain to my advantage, which is why I'm moving my men forward to try to claim this area here. See this little dip here? This can't be crossed by hook or by crook. Neither infantry nor cavalry can go up this little rise because it's all rocks. So I figure if I can draw him in and you know, set up some skirmishers up here. If I could just draw him into this area, I might be able to concentrate enough guns to sort of wear him down. But he's already taken note of me moving forward, and my men are extremely exposed here. We're going to take some nasty hits, some very nasty hits. My skirmishers are under fire from cannon fire. Obviously, under fire from cannon fire. But watch this area here. This is a part that I am especially proud of. Once I notice that my men will start getting wailed on by the Prussian artillery. I don't know if I want to speed it up or anything, because this battle moves very quickly once things get into motion, and I don't want to miss anything. Oh, yep, there's some of the first kills of the day. He manages to kill just 2 guys, but knocks most of the unit out of formation. You can hear them crying out in fear. Oh man, those Prussian cannons have us zeroed in. Oh, yep. I should have been focused on that, because that was a good hit. Killed another 5 guys or so. But as you can see, I'm starting to move forward. I'm trying to draw his men in. I'm trying to get him to engage me. But I kind of overestimate just how much time I have, and I realize I gotta get moving. I gotta get my men into position now, and so they're moving into double time here. I've moved up these Jaegers just to sort of ward off any attacks from him down this angle. And I'm sort of doubling up my entire line here. I'm trying to focus as many guns as I can into one location. And I'm moving up my... Yep, we're getting some nice artillery fire. I'm moving my men up into this little ditch of a road here, as well as moving my cannons away from this location, because I don't want to lose any cannons. I know I need as many guns active as possible. And so does he. He's moving up his horses here. I don't notice these guys. You can see my lifeguards of horse, which I specifically put back here in order to guard my cannons. I don't move them forward until it's nearly too late. He definitely has the upper hand in the first part of this battle. In fact, these few... here they are, the Silesian Schützen, or Schutzen, however you would like to pronounce it. These guys outdistance even my skirmishers. You can see he's moving his men back. And they take some of the first musket kills of the day. Not even this little ditch can protect my men from the expert marksmanship of the of the Silesian Schützen. When is he going to move these guys up? I don't want to miss this. That's a very important part of the battle here. So I noticed that this little dip is not defending my men very well whatsoever. And, oh god, I forgot about this part. He got in some nasty, nasty artillery strikes on these men here. I want to say they were lucky, but they really weren't. They were just me being dumb and not moving my men into cover. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's just slow this down just a little bit so we can appreciate what's going on here. He is actually able to move these guys up and wipe out my cannons right now, with almost unopposed, almost completely unimpeded. These guys are doomed, and it's not until I notice them about to break that I actually move my horse units forward, my cavalry forward. Very, very bad micromanagement on my part, but I've never been that great at it.
Our men are running, sir.
Yep, that little notice is exactly when I realize, oh my god, I have made a horrible mistake. I need to start moving my men up. And let's see, yep. Just in time to catch the charge there. My lifeguards of force smashing into a combined regiments of cuirassiers and hussars. Now, at first, they managed to get a good charge off of me. I'm not able to get much momentum going, but lifeguards of horse, they are designed to stay in a fight. They don't necessarily do that great at the beginning, unlike the hussars and the cuirassiers, which get a great charge bonus. But as the fight goes on, you can see they are already starting to lose many, many men. I still have about 35, 32, but he's also losing men, and their morale is just not going to be able to be enough to stay in the fight. My Jaegers here taking heavy fire from both the Prussian Fusiliers and the cannons, but I managed to chase them off. For now, the majority of the fight is centered over here. It looks like my men are gaining the upper hand. As you can see, the Hussars are routing. The Cuirassiers will follow soon after. They just don't have the staying power that the Life Guards do. You can see their morale is much more sturdy. These poor guys here. Yeah, these guys. I don't know what I was thinking when I left them out here. I guess I was just trying to keep them as a screening force, just in case. But up here, I have successfully set up my cannons. They are now firing upon the Prussian line. Let's see if we can get a good angle here. The Life Guards over there have successfully chased off only 17 men left, but it's just enough to... Oh! The cannons are blowing men down with the... Woo! Oh!
Sir, our general is under attack.
Yep, and you guys just saw that up in the corner there. I left my general exposed right here, and now I finally move him. Ah, right, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Right there, boom. Do you see that? I noticed that this depression was going to be just enough to keep my men safe from the cannons. Woo! That cannonball just went right over these guys' heads. Can you imagine being these poor guys right here? Knowing that this cannonball's whizzing over your head, knowing that this little wall of dirt is the only thing standing between you and immediate death. So he's moving his men up.
Our men are running, sir.
The Swedish Jaegers have been chased off by the Fusiliers. I am trying to engage them. And as they move forward, I notice that they are getting into range of... Ooh, that was a nice artillery strike right there. I notice that they are now in range of canister shot, which is going to be nasty, nasty, nasty. But these guys are line infantry of the Prussians. They are not afraid. They are going to push my Jaegers back. I know that I just can't match the firepower of the Prussians. Oh, yeah, you can see them. You can see the canister shot doing its work, putting in work on the Prussian line, wiping out whole sections of men. There's another important part that I don't want you guys to miss. Oh, let me just try to get a good... Oh, that was a good one. Oh man. So with those guys now engaged, he's moved up his Fusiliers to try and skirmish with my lines, but he's met my entire force here, and he's like, oh, I don't want none of that. Let's kind of pause the battle here, and so we can get a good view of where the armies are positioned now. He's realizing that he can't flank around this way, which frustrated him to no end, and I was rather happy about. But his Fusiliers did a real bad number on my line infantry over here, and I've pushed them back. I'm sorry if this battle moves really fast, and I'm trying to get good shots on top of everything else, but we're just gonna have to. Oh, that's how you move up and down. Cool. We're just gonna have to move fast enough to try to catch some good parts. Okay, so this is where my cavalry plays a rather pivotal role in the battle. I'm moving them up the middle to try and chase off these Fusiliers, but then I realize he has nothing between him and his cannons. And sneaky old me, I decided to just charge all the way up. But, waiting in the tree lines, right about here, are the Silesian Schutzen. They're waiting for my guys. And you can see an entire unit of Life Guards is just annihilated right here. But that still leaves one left. They used up their entire volley on that one, so they were basically a meat shield for these guys. And so I finally get some revenge, and I press home. I realize it's all or nothing for these guys, and I don't want these cannons going. I want them silenced now. And here's another important part that I don't want you to miss. I noticed that his entire army is caught out of position. You can see that they are marching, and they are facing away from my guys. And I realize if I'm gonna win this, I have to get in the first shots now. And which we do. Which we do. My Jaegers, oh, they take some hits. But now, come on, guys. Come on, get set up. Get set up. Boom. Oh, that was nasty. But the Prussians are nothing if not efficient. They quickly form up. And they fire, and they make return fire to withering effect on my men. You can see them, they're just dropping like flies. Oh, there goes a guy. Once they get set up. Come on, give me something good. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. You can see my men are just getting chewed up here. They don't stand a chance in a straight up shooting match against the Prussians. Oh man, they're just dropping so quickly. I've pulled most of my men back. The canister, the artillery is putting in work. There goes the last of my horse lifeguards. And I realize this is not working out well. And I have to try to turn his flank. All he has over here are Fusiliers, which means if I can get my reserves, I have a lot of reserves. As you can see, I only have a few units here. They are just getting, they're getting massacred. That's terrible. Oh, there goes a guy. I think he just got hit in the neck. There goes guys. They're just dropping. They're just dropping everywhere. Musket balls are coming in fast and hard. The Prussian musketeers are just too good. These guys are just line infantry. They were probably just given a gun and a couple months of training before they were thrown into the meat grinder that is Napoleonic era warfare. I want to hear the pop of the muskets though. So yeah. Oh, there goes another guy. So I charge my men in here to try and chase off the Fusiliers. If I can just get my men into position, then I might be able to turn this around. More men are moving up here now. I need to overwhelm him with numbers and outflank him. It's the only chance I have. Oh, look at all the smoke. Listen to the pop of the guns. Oh, this is great. He's moving his cuirassiers up here to support his flank now that he notices my men chasing up his. These Fusiliers will just not give in. They only have 30 guys left, and they're still fighting. They just... Oh man, he just got stabbed in the groin. That must have sucked. As you can see, these poor guys here, they're getting focused down pretty hard. But over here on this side, I've managed to chase off a single unit of musketeers. My canister shot is... Oh! My canister shot is putting in work. So our lines are pretty viciously engaged now. A lot of men are dying very, very quickly. The smoke and the fire is just getting to be horrible. I can't even imagine being part of this. Oh, look at these guys. They're just, an entire section is just being wiped out here. And he thinks he has the advantage now. Or rather, he notices he's being outflanked. He's having none of that. He's pushing his men forward into melee. He's hoping to just crush this entire part of my line before I can get around him. They very nearly do their job. He's also set up men into this La St. Hayes type house. It's very small. The cuirassiers are now swooping around my flank. So now it's sort of a free-for-all. It's basically whoever breaks first at this point. But I still have sort of a numerical advantage here. Also, crucially, my general staff is right here. The general is right in the thick of it. Where is Count von Niesen now? He's over here. He's supporting his men on this front, but the radius of his influence is probably just not enough to reach out here. I know that all I have to do is outlast him in melee, definitely, because the Prussians are pretty good at shooting, are very, well, actually they're excellent at shooting, but they're only pretty good in melee. And let's see if we can get some, let's see if we can get some, I wish, oh, look at him driving it in there. Oh, right through the stomach. Oh, that's nasty. Let me make sure, let me reorient myself and make sure I'm not missing anything. So anyway, I'm trying to keep my men going. I'm trying to keep my men in the fight. You can see that the morale is all important, and they are already starting to crack on this end, especially since they're just Fusiliers. These guys are anyway. These poor Jaegers have been up here this entire battle. They've lost almost half their unit. But look at how many dead people there are already. This is ridiculous. He's just throwing more and more men into this. But over here, yes, this is what I wanted to show you guys. I noticed that if these guys stay on the flank, then they can pepper me down. His cuirassiers are trying to stop these line infantry, but it's too late. They're already charging in, and you can see them desperately firing into the mob, trying to hold back the blue tide, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Oh, it's complete chaos now. Brutal close quarters combat, bayonets and butt stocks everywhere. People are shooting point blank. It's madness. It's sheer madness. But they're nothing but skirmishers. They can't hold back line infantry. Oh, look at all the death going on, all the carnage. You can see over here, he's caught my men out of formation. I almost got them into square formation just in time, but it's not enough. Over here, the lifeguards afoot, which I knew I would need, I threw them into battle with the musketeers, who are routing. The Fusiliers are routing. There's still quite a bit of combat going on here, but it's starting to turn in my favor. I've got these guys in square formation just in case the cuirassiers try to find another target. There were just too many of me. There's just too much going on here, and the Prussians are doing their best to hold the line, but here comes my general staff sweeping forward to take these guys out. The cuirassiers are going to die. They're gonna die in droves once they get stuck in the melee. You see here the Prussian foot guards. They're saying no, this is where we will hold. We fought over this bloody angle already. We will not be driven away. I'm not sure why they said an entire unit is dead, because I killed off all of those Celestian Schutzen. They are now routing. Oh, but it looks like the foot guards have had enough. They're not actually going to hold. These guys will, though. Look at them. Look at them just nailing them, just mowing them down as they flee. Oh, this is nasty. Let's go into slow motion. Oh, look at all the dead people. Look at all the dead people. This was a mess, guys. This was a mess of a battle. But I did manage to do one thing. I managed to draw him in close, which is what the Prussians should not want. They're pretty good at melee, but my foot guards, my life guards, just managed to hold the line, and my line infantry just overwhelmed them with sheer numbers. And now that this La Saint-Haze place has been taken, oh man, look at the carnage that took place here. I wanted to focus on this more. I focused on it as much as I could, but it just happened so fast. They just charged in, and in seconds it was a bloodbath. You know, these guys didn't even have time to blink before somebody was shoving a bayonet into their guts. And here's the victorious Swedish line infantry now heading back out onto the battlefield, trying to see where they can make a difference. The Prussian line has completely collapsed. We've taken many casualties, but the Prussians just took too many. You can see there's a solid line of dead guys where the two lines collided. And this is where it ends. As quickly as it began, as quickly as our engagement started, it's down to nothing but these poor foot guards. there's men rushing in from everywhere. Ah, it's loud. And now they've broken. They're shattered. They can't take anymore. But here come the lifeguards, chasing them down. And now my Jaegers shooting them in the back. Damn Prussians. Belgium is ours. I don't know why the Prussians and the Swedish are fighting. I guess we're fighting over the English Channel or something. But no mercy. No mercy. We have them now. And that's it. That's it. It's done. It's already done. He has a single unit of musketeers. He thought that he could send these guys in for a glorious charge, but the musketeers, they just don't have the morale to do that. Maybe if you had like the old guard of France, then they might fight to the last man. I get my men set up to set up a volley here, just to sort of mow them down as they come. Oh nope, actually no, I'm turning into melee, and then they decide, nope, that's it, we've had enough. And then the Swedish immediately stop cheering as they realize that a glorious final stand is not in the works. Oh man, that was a fun battle. As you can see, we deployed nearly equal numbers of men. We took horrendous losses. I had like 500 men left on the field by this count, maybe 400 at most. But his men were completely shattered. And let's see how many kills. Yeah, look at this. Look at these. Look at the casualties here. Lost 126, 149, 59 out of 80 Jaegers. Ooh, lifeguards of horse. Both of my lifeguards of horse were completely destroyed, but they managed to put in some work. Over 100 kills between them. My lifeguards of foot. Oh man, they took the brunt of the fighting. They leveled up to 2 chevrons. In that one battle, and they lost almost all of their men, but they took out almost 400 of the enemy in exchange. Not bad, guys, not bad. My line infantry took the brunt of the battle, obviously, and this was fun. Just look at the carnage. In this battle, it took like what, 20 minutes? It was only like 10 minutes of actual fighting from the minute the shooting started, and all these guys just got wiped out. Ugh. Oh man. I really hope to do more of this. I really hope to show you guys more historical things, more things that are in line with my interests. I love playing adventure games, and I love playing video games in general, but I really hope to show you guys more of this stuff. And I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you enjoyed the little bit of history that I was able to give you at the beginning as well. I'll definitely throw in those little tidbits in later videos, but for now, I am and will remain your brave Field Marshal, Jason of Argo. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.